Hello, this is a Let's Play of Will Glow the Wisp. My name is Nicholas Krischi and I'm the developer of Will Glow the Wisp, and I'm going to talk a little bit about what Will Glow the Wisp is, how is it played, what makes it different to all the other games out there, apart from the visuals, which you can already see. So what basically my thinking is and what the plan is for the future. So, first of all, Will Glow the Wisp is right now on Steam Greenlight, so if you like what you see, or just you want to support us anyway, like that would also be great, you can click on the link in the description below, and there you will be able to get to the Stream Greenlight page. Please vote yes, not no. Always good. So, okay, let's start. So in Will Glow the Wisp, you are a small Will the Wisp, trapped in a magical prison, trying to escape. You can see it here. I'm flying around. You can fly around with the controller, which is the preferred input method, or you can use the keyboard like this. You can move around with WASD. So that's that. I think it's pretty clear. What you need to know is that in Will Glow the Wisp, you will have gravity. You saw it just there before I finished the level, that the gravity will always pull you down. So that makes it a little bit harder to control. Also, you need but also about the controls, basically the flying around. You have very little drag. What I mean with that is that once you start to go into a direction, like if I go here, you will not stop moving. I just went once and then I will just release the controls. You can use that to your advantage because you don't need to actually control or put force, I would say, all the time. So you don't have to, in a normal game like racing games, you can like basically go as fast as you can all the time and can leave the stick. You can do that here as well, but it gets way harder to control this way. It's actually preferred if you just go about your way, release it, and then continue to do it like in small increments, basically controlling just a little bit where it's going. Also, just so that you know, if you are not moving or moving very little, we will actually cancel out most of the gravity, so you can stay easier in one place. What else is there? I guess I will go. Let's finish this level first. So, as you can see, these are just the first basically tutorial levels, where you can just fly around a little bit. You can get used to how the controls work, because it's very different. Here's another thing that you can see. If you press actually in the opposite direction you're going, you will brake, which sounds logical, but you will brake more stronger than how you would go forward, which means is that that you basically have a brake without having a brake. I don't know how else to tell it. It's a little bit bad. Anyway, let's continue. I think you got my point. So, as you can see, I'm just going through this level quite quickly. Oops, yes, I'm dying. So, this is the first obstacle, and I actually did the thing that I wanted people to do. Like, at this point, I figured most people will be able to fly around, so they will just go quickly, and if they do that, they will just fly into this one. So, it's not a hard level, it's just first time you're seeing an obstacle. You have a little bit less space here, but you actually don't need to time your stuff yet. It's just so you can fly around. But that's basically the game already. Like, as you can see, it's like very similar to other platformer games where you basically need to get from the start to the finish without dying. In this game, you will die anytime you touch basically anything. There are a few exceptions later, but you can see that when I play. So, that's the basic premise of the game. Obviously, as in other platformers, more and more mechanics will be revealed during the game, either for you to learn with your characters, or either for you with your characters, like here, or like basically world mechanics. What I mean by world mechanics is new obstacles, different kind of stuff, maybe switching gravity, pulling you towards a direction, times, slowdowns, and all that stuff. Like, all that good stuff will be there right now. I'm having only implemented like, I think 30 levels, so or maybe a little bit less, I don't know, I'm off the top of my head. Anyway, but it's basically just the beginning that we have here. So what you can see here, is the first time you are supposed to use the dash. That's why I didn't want to talk about it before. You can see here, it says hold R to charge the dash, so I will do that. And then you can use L to aim. And what I didn't write, but I mean, it's kind of obvious at that point. If you release, you will go into that direction. If you do it shorter, you will do a shorter dash, longer dash. That's basically it. So you're supposed to get through here like this. You can also fly through it normally, but it's easier with the dash. So I figured that's a good way to start off the dash. So, and here actually we force you to use the dash for the first time, because you cannot get to the finish line without using it. And you also learn about a new mechanic here. So basically, once you're here, you need to dash up, and that will also tell you that you can use the dash to change directions if you're moving quickly, like this. And to go a little bit deeper into that mechanic, we will do the same thing here again, so you get kind of the idea of what's going on. Yeah, so, but that's basically how you know it from other platformers. This is just, as I said, it's just a development build. The levels are quite fine. The text down there is not very good, so excuse me for not polishing that up completely. But since Greenlight is now going to close, and I kind of wanted to go through Greenlight because I wanted to reach you, or basically more people, so that more people know about it, and I thought Greenlight would be a good opportunity for me. Also, of course, it's nice because I know how much money I need to spend to get on Steam. Not that I wouldn't spend the money to get on Steam, but like at least most of the money they said it's between $1 and $500, so $1 and $5,000. So $5,000, I don't know, but like if I had to, I probably would. Depending, cannot really say. Anyway, so yeah. But what I wanted to say is that, as you know it from other platformers, basically you get introduced to a mechanic. It's you can play around a little bit with it, and then the levels get harder. As here, I'm actually already dying. So here you need to go there, dash back up again. If I could do it, that would be nice. Okay, I did it now faster. And then you have to go through here. And the acceleration arrow will not kill you. By the way, what I actually just went over is that the white acceleration arrow didn't kill you. I gave you no choice but to go through it, and I don't think it looks very harmful. And it's quite clear what's going on. As I said, almost everything kills you, that is an exception. So, let's just continue playing this a little bit here. Yeah, we have another level with some arrows and these scaling obstacles, how I call them. I think it's already the last one of these. So, oh no, it's not the last, it's the second last one. It will just get harder and harder, like basically, because I can't really do bosses, like at least I didn't have any good idea about them. I did it like this. So, this is the last level. And wait a second, I will just do that quickly. So this is the last level, and this is basically the last boss level. I decided to not go too hard on people, like it's pretty hard anyway. Yeah, but anyway, so, oh, by the way, what I didn't talk about yet is you can actually switch characters. Right now I have 3 characters implemented. These will be unlockable. Right now you can just switch through them all the time. This is the easiest character, basically. You can see here, it's looking a little bit different. Oops, and dying. Yes, and the middle one. Oh no, that's actually the hardest one now. Yeah, I changed that. Before the green one was the hardest one, but I figured I wanted to start out with the medium one and then unlock you other characters. So this one is the one you can go fastest, but it's hardest to control. It feels, I think it feels the best, well, the best than all of them, but sometimes if you need more precise controls, you should use this character, because this character is not the fastest and it's pretty big, but you can really maneuver very precisely, which is great, and what we need sometimes. That's just sometimes what you really need. So, but I will use, let's use the fastest one for these obstacles here are basically my boss level, more or less. It's a little bit harder than what you're used to, but I don't want to scare away people too early, so I didn't do it too hard here. There's still places to hide where you can wait. For all the speedrunners, all the levels are built in with that in mind, so you can usually get through them quite fast. I'm not trying to show it here because it's like very hard to pull off sometimes. That's kind of the point, right? About speedrunning. Not being able to do it easily, but yeah, like this, more or less, like, yeah, that's fine. So, I finished that level now, as you can see. There's also, maybe I should show it later, okay. I will show it at the end of this level. So we have here, for the first time, moving obstacles, so you have to time your moves basically a little bit. So maybe I should show the screen a little bit off, because it actually has some interesting features. I don't know if I have, we will see, if I have recordings of me here. You can play basically against other people in the game. So you will play against pre-recording. So if you say me and restart the game, yeah, we will actually see it now. This is me, how I just played this level and finished it. So I will play now against myself. So as you can see, we cannot interact here, like we cannot, I'm not hitting him anyway here, but I cannot die when I touch him because he's just basically a ghost, as you know from from racing games, not from other racing games, because I'm not a racing game. But the entire idea about it is that you then can also get to play against like the developer. There is right now not the option here, but there will be an option later where you can just select developer and there will be achievements and quests to do, stuff like that. You can play against friends, and also there will be later, you will be able to play against streamers. They will be able to register, and in this best list here, like in this best list here, there will be links to their channel. So basically, if you press, I think, on the name or something like that, a link will open up, so you can go to their channel, and so the love that streamers will give me, I will give it back to them as well, because I think that's what we should do, and not sue them like other companies do. Yes. So we are getting a little bit further into the game. As I said, the first real moving obstacles. As always, it will start off a little bit slow, so I will just go quickly through all these levels. I hope you enjoy the art style of the game. I actually do. I really like it. I mean, I did it myself, so I guess I have to. I don't know if I have to, like, I can do stuff that I don't like. Anyway, but it's this art style was chosen because, like, a couple of reasons. Like, first of all, I needed an art style that I can do myself, and I'm not an artist, so I came up with this kind of art style, which I personally quite enjoy, and I think other people will enjoy as well. So I hope you like it, since this is what was feasible for me. So as you can see here, you need to get through there, and actually I think the most important thing that you need to know if you play this level is that you need to start at the bottom or the top. I don't think it's easy to get through the middle, like it's almost impossible, and going backwards is also very hard. So I think if you're waiting at the top or the bottom, once you get the hang out of that, it's fine enough. It's not that hard, it's not that easy as well, but it should be fine. You should be able to get through there, yes, finish the level. There are some, these kind of flashing bugs are always there. I will need to fix that. That's still, because the game is still in development, I mean, that's how it goes. Yeah, so what else? Yeah, basically that's almost already everything right now. You can see like a little bit of the levels. I will just go quickly through this to show off some shooting enemies, because I'm going a little bit for bullet hell style, which I actually quite enjoy. Like, I found out recently that I like these games, so I thought, why not add it to my game? It seems to fit. I needed more obstacles, and actually bullet hell seemed good. Seemed like quite a good fit for this game. So I will just go quickly through these, like I needed to concentrate, that's why I was a little bit stuck. As always, the level will get a little bit more complex over time. I will combine stuff you already know. new from before. So I will wait here now, and then go there, and then maybe, oh, that was kind of close. And then I will do this. You can also go directly, but it's a little bit easier if you do it like this, or I will just die. So there's that. I will do it with this one, it's a little bit easier, and I enjoy it. I like the look of the character actually, quite a bit, so I will just do that. So, go through there, yes. Should I try this? No, I don't want to try this. Ooh, ooh. That. So, yes. So the bullet hell mechanics will start here. As I say, touch to kill. It's quite easy to understand, I think. I'm not quite convinced. I actually don't really like the redness of this here, so I think I will change it again. As you can see here, this is like basic enemy, very basic. This is basically the end of what I have right now for development, so I will need to see if I will change stuff. There's also like, because it's not finished, the polish is not finished on this, it gets a little bit more tough around the edges. Like if I finish a level, I'm not 100% fine with how the bullets behave. The red thing here, I'm not 100% fine. I think it's just popping a little bit too fast at the beginning when you do it. And that's actually already the last level I have right now, where I just prototyped some mechanics. These are actually not really like the firework effects, so I don't know how to call them. They will actually not hurt you yet, so you can see this is the very end of the development. I still like how they look, so, and I wanted to have a little bit more stuff to show for the Greenlight trailer, so that's fine, I think. Yes, so I think that's already it. I talked a little bit about what's going to happen. Maybe I should talk a little bit about the future, or what I want to do as well, because I said that and it actually makes some amount of sense. So okay, I will just go there because it looks better. And wait, okay. So basically, what I will want to do in the future is I want to add an endless mode to the game, which I think will help a lot. The enemies that are shooting here are pretty good to add. I can basically, the idea for my endless mode is you generate one screen of obstacles, and you will need, I'm not quite sure about it because I didn't implement it yet, but you will either need to survive for a certain amount of time, or you will have to kill all the enemies there, and then you can move on to the next screen. Or basically the same, like another screen of obstacles will be built for you. So that's basically what I'm thinking right now. I also have a way of actually generating these levels procedurally, but I was not the biggest fan of that yet, so maybe I will do it. I don't know. Maybe the endless mode will be more of a roguelike mode. I'm not yet sure. It might actually fit the game better, so I might actually just do it. Still, anyway, so this is a little bit further out, so you can expect more on that in the future. As for obstacles, I already mentioned it before. I want to do more of these enemy types. Like, these are like just the very beginning of these. You can expect these to change, even the look of them a little bit. I'm not 100%. Like, there's a lot of stuff I'm not 100% on right now. But anyway, so there's still a little bit time. I want to release the game in end of August, so there's some time left for polishing and changing it. As I said, different enemy types that will actually start moving around and not just turning. I will also have stuff maybe that follows you. I already had stuff like real enemies, real enemies is a bad word, but enemies that basically followed you, tried to keep their distance and shot at you, which I think was fine, but I actually don't think it's good for a bullet hell game. And this kind of gameplay, the bullet hell gameplay, is actually very similar to a platformer. So I figured it's actually a good way to combine these two, a bullet hell platformer basically. Maybe that's also a good way to talk about the game, a bullet hell platformer. Once I have more bullets in there, like actually that might be a good way to, yes, just live inspirations going on here. So yeah, I'm I'm really struggling on how to tell people what the game is all about. It's really hard, but it feels extremely gratifying once you get a grip or once you grasp the controls better. And I went through this really fast right now, what you see, but like I'm like playing this all the time. Like I play the game for over a year now, and I'm still having fun. So I think that actually says something about it. So once again, thanks for listening to all of you, and if you stick through the entire thing, please, 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 go vote on Greenlight, because then you clearly enjoyed what you heard and saw, so just go and vote on Greenlight. The link is in the description below. Have a nice day, and bye. And I will die now. Yes, anyway, I would have hoped it would be better. So, finish that up.